Hi, and welcome to my first live workshop. I'm really excited to be here today. Welcome to anyone and everyone who watches this, whether it's live or after it's recorded. I'm so grateful and honored to be a part of your journey and to be able to hold space for you here today. So without further ado, let's jump in to this workshop. All right, so thank you again. This is the Womb Release and Connection Workshop. I'll be your guide today. My name is Paige, and I'll talk a little bit about myself in just a moment. But thank you again for allowing me to be here today. So what has brought me here to this space, to womb healing? Well, I've experienced different issues with with my womb, one of them being my son Gideon dying after his birth. With the diagnosis we had known about prior during my pregnancy, and experiencing that grief and kind of hiding from it for a long time, and then finding ways to connect. Sexual trauma that I've experienced, issues with fertility, miscarriages as well. Through all those traumas, I started connecting to my sacred space to try to find healing, mainly with my fertility, trying to conceive my daughter, Nora, who is a healthy 1-year-old now. I connected to menstrual healing through meditation. I found a lot of space for myself to connect to that and enjoy that cycle and kind of flow with that cycle more. And then just connecting to the moon allowed me the space to connect that with my womb and the way the moon phases change and your body changes, and finding that growth and love and light and healing and connection, and just being able to feel everything through that. And this brought me to a space of womb healing and being someone who wants to guide other women to connect to that space and find themselves and their power and their creativity in that space. So again, welcome. Thank you for allowing me to be here with you today. In this workshop, we will discuss and learn about ways to release, connect, and create with our womb's natural wisdom and rhythm. After, I will guide you through a meditative ceremony to release stagnant or chaotic energy from your womb and connect to your womb's power and light, and help you find more of an integration of yourself. So a little overview, we will start with what is the womb, what it is anatomically and energetically. I will focus a lot more on the energetic side, as that is has been my path. Then we will discuss how we release and connect, why we release and connect. And then we'll move into the integrative meditation. Okay, so what is the womb? Well, energetically and throughout just centuries, and more so kind of in the past, centuries ago, and kind of coming back again now, which is exciting, is this awareness that our womb is a sacred portal to the heavens. It's gone by many other names: yoni, cosmic entity, uterus, home to any little creatures that you're growing. Ancestral wisdom holder, a space where we literally hold wisdom from our ancestors. I actually learned this from Woman Wellness, spelled with a B, Womb and Wellness, which I'll have a little link about her. Her name's Usha Nandi, and all her information. But she taught me that there's 5 generations that are just connected to us within our womb, because when our mother is pregnant with us, so when I was in my mother's womb, I was carrying all my eggs, and those are parts of my children. Those are, holders of ancestral knowledge, and that's 5 generations. So if I'm here, I was in an egg in my grandmother, and my granddaughter will be in an egg from me. So since I share with my grandmother, my granddaughter will share with my grandmother. So 5 generations of connection, of healing, of wisdom, of knowledge, all connected into this beautiful space. It's a space of pleasure and creativity, creation, not just of children and bearing life, but also bearing life to ideas and art and music and things of that sort. It's a part of our womanhood. And I did make a note to say energetically and physical, because of whatever journey you've experienced. If you have had a hysterectomy, or maybe you've come out of your mother phase and you're entering into crone through postmenopause and premenopausal and just your menopausal phase, you're still connected to that womanhood, that like light and love and knowledge is still connected into that space. So even if you had your physical womb removed, you have cosmic energy. You have the energy of creation itself, which we'll kind of discuss a little more later as well. All right. So let's talk about the anatomy of the uterus. So again, down at the bottom there, I have a note, Usha with Women Wellness, that's on Instagram. She is very much the energetic and the physical scientific side of what happens in your womb. So if you're looking to have both of those balances, I highly recommend going to her, taking different courses, working with her. She is just a light and a love. So just kind of talking about the anatomy. So a lot of times we are aware of the vagina and not really the rest of what's going on in our bodies. I know I wasn't. And then you have, as you go up, your cervix, which is connected to your jaw and your throat. So if you can relax your jaw, your cervix can be more relaxed, which is kind of an interesting thing and something I didn't know until recently. But a wonderful way to kind of relax into that energy of your womb is like focusing on this relaxation in this space of your body as well. You have your uterine cavity where you can hold little humans, if you choose or so choose to do so. And then coming up, we're kind of going backwards through, the travel of the egg. The uterine tube, also known as the fallopian tube, but I did want to make a note that Usha had taught me that was fallopian is named after a man. And I loved that she was like, no, we're going to call it something else. And although I don't remember what she used, uterine tube works as well. And then your ovary, where all these eggs and ancestral wisdom kind of sit in this little pocket of knowledge and light. And then I would be remiss not to talk about one of my favorite parts of our bodies. It's the vulva, and also yoni, and where kind of your kundalini energy sits. And I won't be discussing that today, but in future ones, we'll talk about kundalini awakening and things, because it's just such a beautiful part of healing and growth and connection to yourself. But I was not aware of this anatomical structure, so I'm just going to go through it with you now and what kind of the very minimal information that you can know. So you have your vaginal canal, goes up, and then that's your vaginal opening, your urethra, clitoris, clitoral hood, labia minora, and labia majora. Every vulva looks different, and every vulva is beautiful. And something I actually really love teaching my daughters is about the anatomical way of your vagina and vulva and the different pieces, and then also just like making it a normal conversation to talk about our bodies and know which parts are which, so that we are just so much more aware of this space, this energetic and physical space we hold. Okay, so now we kind of get into the meat of the workshop here. So why do we release? How do we release? Let's start with why. So one of the big reasons that we release is our wombs hold trauma, ancestral trauma, trauma we've experienced. I also think on kind of just a oneness level of all the women, we kind of hold that space for them as well, and we are holding each other in that space. So when we release, when we take the time to be intentional with our bodies, and especially in this space, we are creating healing for them as well. We're creating the space and the knowledge and the know-how, and just like stepping into our own power, being able to release and let go of those things to create space for light, self-love, power, again, empowerment. We create space in the world for other women who maybe don't feel like they have permission to do this, and showing them, you don't need permission. I'm here to hold you. I'm here to be in this space with you. So that's why, it's also just for ourselves. When we hold that trauma or we hold that darkness within ourselves and we aren't not able to sit with it, feel it, and release it, it affects your entire life, the way you move through the world, the way you make decisions, why you make decisions. Being intentional in this space creates intention throughout the rest of your life and the way that we move through the world as women. So how then do we release? Well, naturally our bodies release through our menstrual phase. So if you are able to experience and you get that opportunity to experience your menstrual phase, although there's such a negative connotation with it, you are physically releasing an egg, right? Every time. And that physical release is actually physically releasing that energetic trauma as well, and that physical hold. So every time you experience a menstrual cycle, if you are able to welcome that connection of, I'm feeling what I'm feeling. I'm sitting here having this blood, this egg release from me, and you're intentional of the knowledge, you can connect to that natural wisdom of your body releasing and creating more space for you to step into different parts of your power. Journaling, one of my favorite things to do, just physically getting your words, getting your minds, getting your the mindsets, traumas, habits out of your mind and onto paper is another physical way that we can release, another physical way we can step into the energetic release as well. And movement, again, one of my favorites. These are probably my top 3 favorite ways to release. Um, Movement, so dancing, breath work, releasing that tension. Again, just the movement of sitting there and just releasing, not holding that in your jaw, not holding that tension in your hips, getting your hips moving, getting that space moving. Somatic movement. I know very little about somatic movement right now, but if you are looking to create like some intense traumatic or excuse me, intense trauma work with somatic movement, it's a lot of shaking and like moving your body in ways that are intuitive. There's also structure that you can follow. Just really getting physically moving up the energy within you and kind of shaking it down into the earth. Yoga, going to classes, maybe doing things on your own. There's different yoga for different types of yoga for different types of healing that you want or connection that you want. Maybe you're just needing to move more slowly. Maybe you're needing to go into a flow and just kind of being aware of what movement is necessary for you and learning what that looks like just by getting started, taking some time to see, okay, this didn't work for me, this does work for me, and finding your own path through that sort of healing. So becoming disconnected. So why over time has this happened? So over time, our connection to the sacred space has been physically attacked, emotionally attacked. Witch trials, was a huge one. If you were connected to the space, if you were a midwife, if you were a herbalist, if you were really just someone who moved with the divine feminine, you were a target. And so as women, we learned to survive, which was hiding from this power, this space, because physically we were not big enough to fight what was going on. America, very specifically, because obviously I live here, I'm more aware of this space, has become very disconnected from this innate wisdom that we've wandered from great power, the power of the sacred feminine. And it is time to step back. In 5,000 in 5,000 year tantric India and 1,000 Han dynasty, women were just honored, especially in this sacred space. Our wombs were seen as a cosmic entity. The creation of the universe was thought to come from a woman's vagina, to come out of our wombs. Like this is a portal. In a lot of what we're changing today and the way that we see our wombs, we are beginning to understand and come back to this innate knowledge that when we have a child within our womb, they are coming from the cosmic. They are coming into us, and this portal is a portal to the heavens. And then we are birthing physical, just like little angels, right? Just physical. We are bringing into the physical something that was not physical. We are bringing a soul from wherever you believe souls come from, out from your body, from out into your body and out. Like this is a very sacred space. The back centuries and centuries ago, men were thought to not be in balance if they didn't give honor and give tribute to the vulva. There were statues, poetry, music. We were muses just for being in our energy, just for being in our authentic self. And we've just become so disconnected from that out of fear. And it's really sad. But what's wonderful is we have the space and the opportunity now to find that connection. Because we have lost this connection of the sacred feminine and sacred masculinity, we fall prey to other factors of disconnection, sexual trauma, physical trauma, fertility trauma, birth trauma, because our birth system is not set up for us. And thankfully, again, there's women that are starting to take that back. And I think it's been probably the last 100 years, 50 years that we've been starting to take this back more vocally and loudly. And maybe there was trauma to your sacred portal because of how your mother had been treated or had things she dealt with while she was pregnant with you. So finding this connection, we have an opportunity that a lot of women in other countries don't have, because they are still dealing with the archaic practices of just demolishing the sacred feminine in their space. And our opportunity to take back this power and step into this power fully and wholly gives opportunity for us to continue that lineage, so that we can create an ancestral line that can step up for those other women and step into those spaces if we ourselves are not really ready for that, because we have to deal with the healing that we are doing now. So how do we reconnect? Why do we reconnect? So centuries of healing in our ancestral lineage and the lineage that we are creating, or maybe just the space we're holding now in our space and helping other women in this time, in this connection that we are creating. It's centuries back and forth. Womb healing wisdom is innately within us. Even without me or any other guides or any other knowledge, it is already within us. Our bodies are already wanting to do the work. We just have to become intentional, which is exciting because you're here today, and that's a huge intention set for yourself. And I honestly, I honor you for that, because it's not an easy road, but it is a beautiful one. So ways that we connect. So again, why? So it's to bring our unique healing into the world. We all have unique gifts, and just being in our authentic self, whether that is actually creating spaces like I'm doing and other women that I know are doing, creating those physical spaces for women to come in and connect and heal, or just being yourself, living your life authentically, not living for other people, and finding that space just within you to be, ripples and effect into the world. It's time, it's connection to this space. Why? Again, to release the fear and guilt and shame that's not ours. If you've had someone harm you and you feel that power was taken away from you, or they brought you feelings of shame through those experiences, as I have felt, that's not yours to hold. So taking that time to release and then connect into this space and realize that that's not yours. And so you get to connect to you, to your energy, to your emotions, to your feelings that come through, and are able to just be with yourself and the energy that you get to create, which is more likely going to be from spaces of light and love and empowerment and creativity and sacred sexuality, so that you can ripple that out into the world and be you. And again, creating a new path for other women. So how do we do this? After times of release, we can share our stories. We can connect into who we are by movement and touch, by physically touching your body, your womb, by noticing how your body feels when you're experiencing different things, connecting into this being that you are, not living up in your mind and in this energy, but anchoring it down into your womb. Tracking your sacred cycle, knowing how you move through the world, what things trigger you during certain parts of your cycle, what sort of ways you can plan your life around your cycle. How can you just track when your cycle is going to happen. That's just one way to connect, even if you're not diving super deep and you're just saying, this is my days of bleeding. This is my days of my knowing, learning about your follicular phase, your ovulation, your luteal phase, and then coming back into your menstruation. How do your cycles look? Are they aligned with the way that you move through the world? Are they coming in like numerical cycles? Are they on the same days? Just charting yourself and learning about yourself. Meditation, even if that's just slowing down and witnessing yourself, just seeing, who am I in my own space? What do I hold on to when I'm in my own space? Learning about educating yourself, learning about the divine feminine, what uniquely inspires you in your journey. What does that look like? What is the scientific side of my womb, and going to other guides and finding where the knowledge is that you need to connecting with other women through community. I have a Facebook group called Reclaim Your Inner Goddess, and it is a space for women to meet and discuss in everything that they need to find space for themselves and other women who are sharing stories and are not filtering themselves for fear of rejection or abandonment in this space. It is definitely a space of unconditional love, no, judgment, just being held by other women. And our world needs that so much today, is creating those tribes of women again, because when we become separate from that, we can feel very alone and like we have to step into our masculine all the time. And yes, our masculine energy within ourselves is important, but our feminine needs to be birthed more, for our world and our entire world, our entire species, our entire systems to step into better alignment for healing and love and light and acceptance of everything within ourselves. Okay, so now we've talked about why we release, how we can release, why we connect, and how we can connect. Let's take a moment to step into our ceremony. I'm going to begin some music to bring in our calm. So let's sit comfortably with an aligned spine. Allow ourselves to comfortably breathe and just relax your jaw. Take a moment to set an intention for yourself in this release ceremony. Maybe it's just to witness yourself and you don't know exactly the words and statement of release. Maybe it's just to allow yourself to release and innately and intuitively allow whatever needs to come up to come up. Or maybe there's a specific statement. Today I release blank. Don't filter. Don't feel like you have to go into a decision. Just allow whatever comes up to come up. Bring awareness to your breath. As you breathe in through your nose, fill your belly. As you exhale out your mouth, draw your navel to your spine. Take a few moments here to just comfortably breathe in your nose, out your mouth. For the next 3 breaths, we will inhale at a 4 count, hold at a 4, exhale 6, and then come back into your inhale for 4. Inhale, hold, exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Returning to that comfortable breath. In and out of your nose now. Feel your body. Stay in your body. Wherever you're at in your healing journey today, I welcome you in this space. Imagine roots coming from your sit bones into the earth, anchoring you. You're being held. You're strong in your core and still relaxed, breathing in and out. Release the tension in your jaw, neck, and shoulders. Release the tension in your arms, chest, and abdomen. Release tension in your hips, legs, feet. And if you think you've released enough, let's do it one more time. Release tension in your jaw, neck, shoulders. Release tension in your chest, abdomen, in your legs, feet. If you are just joining, welcome. We're finding relaxation in our body, sitting aligned, just now beginning our meditative ceremony. Find your breath, eyes closed, body relaxed. Imagine you are in a calm, serene forest. You feel safe and held by the earth. You're anchored still. Take 3 deep, filling breaths of the crisp forest air, drawing into your body the feelings of safety and peace. I want you to assign a color to the trauma, to the energy in your body that you're ready to release. Any color that comes through, allow it to be. Now I want you to imagine that energy in your body. Just witness it. Is it chaotic? Is it stagnant? Is it located somewhere specific? Allow whatever comes through to be, and remember that we are here to feel and witness, not become this energy. However it looks for you, slowly pull that energy in towards your womb. Witness and control this energy. Allow it to flow like a creek of slow water running through rocks down into your sacred portal. Allow it to come together as a nicely formed ball and feel its weight within you. Physically bring your hands to your womb, drawing the energy through and out your body, holding it with clasped hands. With your eyes still closed, open your hands in front of you as a bowl, witnessing this energy that you're holding. Witness it shift from the ball you created into the form it took into your body, chaotic, maybe stagnant, heavy, and allow it to just be in front of you. Here we will use our power of creation and alchemy to change chaotic movement into slow flow and turn a stagnant energy into a flower. Gently bring your awareness back to your breath as you lay your energy into the ground in front of you, allowing it to seep within the earth. Out loud, say, "Thank you. You are no longer needed. Goodbye." Take 4 deep, controlled breaths here, rounding at the top and exhaling audibly out your mouth. Allow the sound to be what it needs to be. Coming back into your comfortable breath, release tension in your jaw once again. Imagine in front of you now is a bright light. Its energy is warm and welcoming. It's light, love, acceptance. Cup your hands around this energy and slowly bring it down into your womb, gently letting it be absorbed into your sacred space. Feel its light weight, its freedom, unconditional love, its pure life force energy. Breathe deeply, allowing each inhale to spread the light through your body, out your skin, enveloping your entire being. Feel its warmth. Feel it hold you. With your hands still on your womb, know that you carry innate knowledge and wisdom within. Feel your womb. Feel your connection to your ancestors and guides. The connection of all the women on this path. Your womb is full of creativity. You are free to birth ideas, to connect to your sacred sexuality, to your path of self-love and healing. For the next 3 breaths, inhale, and at the top of the breath, inhale just a bit more and exhale freely. Come back to your comfortable breath. Rub your arms and legs gently, bringing your awareness to your physical body. Flutter your eyes open and welcome your earthly senses of sight, sound, touch, taste. I will now slowly turn down this music and we'll come back together in this space. And if you have a moment, let's take some time to journal. If you feel like journaling it out, what your experience was through this ceremony, or if you just need to sit and be, I will give a moment for that as well. Natalie, I know that you're the only one here today, so when you feel that you've had the time to journal, just give me a wave.
Oh, you can see me, Paige.
Yes,
I
I
can't see
can.
myself. I didn't know if you could see me. Hi, I'm so sorry. I was trying to get service. We're down at Andrew's grandparents, so I'm here in the woods at this park.
That's totally fine. I appreciate you coming and being here with me when you were
I
able.
know. Honestly, I feel like I was telling Andrew, like, especially recently since we talked about me realizing that like you are my part of my journey, my next journey. I was like, Paige literally made this for me. Like this ceremony is for me. Like nobody even is supposed to be here. This is for me.
I love that. I love that. I love you so much.
Same. Okay, well I'm good. I since I kind of hopped in like in the middle, it like took me a while to like settle down, but um I'm good. I kind of am just at a place where like I feel like today I'm releasing, today I'm connecting, today, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'm ready.
I love it. Oh, so as we kind of come to the conclusion here, though, and I can talk with you after, definitely, Natalie. But as we're kind of coming to the end of this, the last thing I kind of wanted to explain is how healing can come so well through storytelling, and it can be so healing to just connect and speak to other women who are on this path, who are open to these conversations of um, experiencing and feeling the things that you've gone through and being able to release and connect, especially to our wombs as women and women on the journey of the divine feminine, ushering in kind of a new world order in that way. So whether it's in person, it's in Facebook groups, it's in video chats with friends like Natalie and I, um, finding those women's to be part of your tribe. And if you don't have that space, I just wanted to state again that I do have the Facebook group, Reclaim Your Inner Goddess, all about connecting to yourself, finding yourself through whatever journey you're on, whether it's motherhood, whether it's being a single individual, whether it's finding yourself in your relationship, but just really connecting to who you are authentically, who you are as a person that has experienced what you've experienced, but isn't holding on to the energy of certain past experiences that you're not wanting to be a part of in your journey. So thank you to anyone who watches this in the future. Thank you, Natalie, for being here with me today. And again, I am so grateful and honored to be a part of your journey and holding this space for you. Bye.